Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss the second lesson, the foundation of communication. So let's see the most important facts in this lesson. Here in English we call communication as creating an opportunity to make known what is known. In Sinhala, Sannivedana means informing properly. In Tamil, Thodarpadal means the process of maintaining relationship. Then we have to talk about the characteristics of communication. Communication has aims. Communication is symbolic. Communication is contextual. Communication is an activity. Communication is heterogeneous. Communication is one way as well as two way. Communication is power. So we have to learn this in deeply, and also you have to remember examples to prove these facts. For an example, think about that one, has aims. So when we think about the news reporting, so news reporter in the television engage with the communication process in order to provide information. So that is his aim. Then symbolic. Symbolic means when we are drawing something, we use symbols. If the symbols are incorrect, the message will be incorrect. So we have to remember that using correct symbols make the communication easy and accurate. Then contextual. Contextual, think about the way we talk with our friends in a party and also in the temple. So that is different, right? So it differs with the context. Then an activity. So think about an example like when we are writing a poem, there are some steps to follow, right? First of all, we have to select a theme and we have to select a situation. Next, we need to plan that, then writing and editing. Finally, we can publish that. So it is clear that it is an activity. Actually, the final product is a combination of different activities. Then the next one, heterogeneous. Heterogeneous. Now think about that. If there is only one person, it is possible to talk with him or her directly. So we call it as interpersonal communication. And when there is no one, our own mind talks to us. So that is intrapersonal communication. If there is a large audience, we need communication instruments like microphones. So that is public communication. This depicts how the communication is heterogeneous. And one way as well as two way. In mass media, there is one way communication. But if we use mobile phones to communicate with a friend, so then that will be two way, right? So communication is power. So think about the political rallies, right? The speeches that they do in those rallies. In order to attract large audience, they use this communication as a tool to become a more powerful person among the people, right? So these are the examples, some examples. Actually, you can find more examples, right, to prove these points. Then elements of communication activity. There are 11: communicator, encoding, message, channel, receiver, decoding, feedback, noise, field of experiences, context, effect. So when we think about the communicator, he is the person who exchanges the information with other people. Then the encoding means our thoughts converted into a message. Then message is the information that the communicator is going to exchange with other people. Then the channel, that is the medium in which the message is communicating through. Then the receiver, that is the person to whom the communicator present the message, right? Then decoding, that is the reverse process, the process which convert the symbols in the message in our own language in order to understand the content. Then feedback, that is the observable response of the receiver. Then noise, actually this will be a barrier in the communication process, and in your syllabus you have to learn two basic types in noise as media noise and the semantic noise. So media noise means the disturb in media or in the channel, and semantic noise means the inability to understand the exact meaning of the message. Then field of experience, that is the previous collected experiences of the individual. Then the context, the surrounding in which the communication is going to be happen. Then the last one, effect, that is the changes in the behavior of the individual after the message received to him and actually after understanding the content. In order to understand the communication process, we have to have a thorough understanding about these elements, right? So the next important point is the definition. Actually, you have to remember these things also. Harold D. Laswell says that who says what, in which channel, to whom, with what effect. Then Shannon and Weaver, a message created or selected from one point communicated in the same and similar manner to another point is identified as communication. Bilbishram says an information-centered message that creates the same level of psychological state between two individuals is identified as communication. Charles Horan Cooley, communication is the mode that helps the links that bind human relations and foster them. All signs and codes, as well as transferring them from one nation to another, transcending the time barriers in order to protect them. So actually this is somewhat lengthy definition. Then Oxford Dictionary, ideas and knowledge, verbally or in a written form, presented, expressed or exchanged, is communication. Then in here you have to remember the main idea in this definition, because they are asking in the papers, they are asking by providing a situation. So we have to have a thorough understanding about each and every definition. Then main functions of communication: providing information, providing advice or education, persuasion, providing entertainment. So in here also you can give some examples, like providing information, like communicator or the news reporter. Think about that. So he is providing information for us. And education means teacher, right? And also books, they also give education. And persuasion, think about the advertisement, right? Advertisement, persuasion, right? Then entertainment, cartoons, movies, songs, you can remember those examples. Then functions of mass media, mass communication, right? So actually this is a separate part. Now here we have to discuss some things like surveillance, interpretation, correlation and socialization. Let's discuss these things in the upcoming lesson also in detailed form. Then let's see some MCQs related to these facts. So in 2020, the first question, communication is, actually we know that is symbolic, right? Then the fifth question, in human society the greatest social service rendered by communication is, actually here I am going to discuss the MCQs but not providing detailed explanation. So I am going rapidly with these answers, right? So the answer must be the building up into relationships. Then the eighth question, following the choreographic song telecasted on television, Kamal was clapping and dancing in his room alone. Demonstrated here is a process of what? Actually that is communication, not decoding, not feedback, but you feel that they are the answers, but remember that is communication. Then 10, what is the option that does not include the fundamental elements of the process of communication? So remember, does not. Then media, decoder, context, effect, communicator, decoder, effect, noise, receiver, feedback, acting. Acting is not here, so this is the answer. Then 11th one, a documentation produced in China based on the information on corona pandemic was also screened in corona affected areas in Sri Lanka too. This is very important because actually it gives information about a domain similar experience. Actually so I'm stopping this MCQ discussion now, and let's do a separate video to discuss the second lesson past paper questions. So see you with the with another video. So thank you for listening me and have a nice day.